No matter where you are, no matter when you are, good morning. Sorry I forgot to say that in the last upload, but I was going between New York and Michigan, so a lot going on. That little piece slipped my mind, so I apologize for that. But welcome back, friends. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. It's so good to be able to be back and talking to y'all. I am in a classroom right now because I am teaching at U of M this summer. I am on my lunch right now. I'm about to eat my Chipotle when I'm done filming this video, so let's get into it. Let's start with some cool news. So the WNBA is expanding. They'll be getting 3 new teams in 3 new cities. Detroit is one of them. Detroit already had the Detroit Shock. We're getting the Detroit Shock back. Now, the Detroit Shock actually won the WNBA championship and sold out the arena they played in multiple times. They are a really cool organization. They are nothing new. It's actually bringing back heritage. But Cleveland is up first in 28. Detroit, will be next in 2029, and then Philadelphia will be the 3rd expansion team in 2030. Now, the exciting news is the Detroit Shock is coming back. But there's also a fun piece of a WNBA athlete, Sophie Cunningham, said some interesting stuff where she's gotten a lot of feedback negatively about this already, that she says Detroit and Cleveland shouldn't get teams. She starts off by saying she doesn't think the league should expand. She thinks they're getting popularity now, and that if they expand too fast, it will weaken the fan base. Now, I do agree with that. But then she concludes that interview by talking trash, kind of. Pretty much saying nobody wants to go to Cleveland or Detroit. Nobody wants to play in Cleveland. Nobody wants to play in Detroit. You play in Iowa, so you don't get to talk. Detroit is sick. I'm not going to shout out Cleveland because it's in Ohio, but it's cooler than Iowa, I bet you that. So don't talk. Stick with the first point. You're worried about expanding too fast will cause a break in the market. Don't sit there and say nobody wants to live in, play in, or go to Detroit and Cleveland. You sound so elitist. You sound a whole bunch of things. I'm not even going to go on a tangent. It's upsetting. Play sports. It doesn't matter. Like anyone who says this in any sport, baseball, basketball, football, softball, if you said this, I just don't know what you're on, what you're thinking about, because that's just absolutely ridiculous. So I wanted to share her crazy, stupid take. I'm just joking. It's not stupid. It just feels weird, a little offish. So I highly suggest everyone reads this article, How West Virginia is Pulling Pollution and Rare Earths Out of Its Streams. So imagine you have a dirty pond, right? Well, what if over time this pond uses limestone to bubble out heavy products like aluminum and other acidic mining runoffs, other heavy metals? What if it then flows these limestone pockets into this next river, and this next river starts trapping things like aluminum and iron? Next thing you know, you have a clean stream that can be pushed out. So, I mean, you could see the difference. You can't see me pointing, but you could see the difference in these 2 images. There's like 3 bodies of water here that are filtering out different things. Now, you could see they have a system that goes through the entire West Virginia. The triangles are anywhere, by the way, all these green dots are triangles, are abandoned mines that are just leaking. Hold on, I'll show you what that looks like. Look at all this limestone and acidic rust going on. See how it's white right there? That's limestone and acidic rust. See how this looks dead compared to the back piece? That's limestone and acidic rust. Limestone like dries things out, but the rust is what's killing it. Not rust. I've been saying rust. Limestone and acid. Replace acid with every time I said rust back there. It's causing things to rust, as you can see in this image as well. So it's really cool to hear that there's initiatives and, people, look at that. This is from polluted pipes long term from these mines. I mean, it's just, look at all of that collection. Oh my gosh. So it's really cool to hear the initiative that these people are going out of, and that's what they were able to get out of these rivers from doing this process. But it's a really cool process that I think all states that have any deposits of, acids, heavy metals or minerals should do this. But I wanted to shout it out because it's really cool to see an area that has a lot of abandoned mines doing something to clean up their rivers. First of all, that's the main goal, but also you are able to recover like recycled materials pretty much if you're able to actually extrapolate them out of it. So recently there was a bill passed by the current administration. I kid you not, it's called the Big Beautiful Bill. That's its real name. I've never heard a bill called something so cartoony. But anyways, here's some of the quick and narrow for you. This is going to create tax cuts for the rich, which doesn't work. We've already seen that. They're not going to create more jobs here in the Americas with the money they're saving. They're going to export their jobs. Anyway, it's also going to slash Social Security services like Medicaid and as well as food assistance. So that's not good on either front. We also know that this is going to give more money to ICE, the people doing deportations right now, as well as to the military. It's going to roll back, so take away from or cut climate protections, as well as expanding the use of fossil fuels. It's also going to, now this is a opinion, the rest of those are factual. This one's more of an opinion. It's pretty much criminalizing it's pretty much criminalizing being low income or being a part of a poverty line. And it's also going, there's a lot that goes into this, but it's not good. This is not good. It could, up to 10 million people could lose their Medicare. That's not good. People are going to be deported more. People that are 55 to 64 could lose access to SNAP, which is food stamps, a way people who are super low income that are struggling get food, healthy food like fruits, vegetables, breads, rice, beans, free or at an extreme discount. This is going to cut that for 55 to 64-year-olds. Some of the people in that upper range might not be able to physically work. So how are they? You see what I'm saying? There's so many things going in this. It could push hundreds of billions of dollars into ICE, the border wall, and detention centers. Detention centers mean people before they're being deported, place that they're just put and held. There's a lot that's going to go on. And like I said, environmental cuts. We're going to see cuts in things like solar power, solar wind, electric vehicles, home energy upgrades, such as people installing solar panels on their homes and businesses. We're going to see that it opens up public lands to be able to be drilled and extracted for gas and oils. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this bill, and it covers so many different areas at once that it's honestly insane. So the best thing to do is educate yourself about it, educate your family about it. If you have older siblings, tell them to contact their lawmakers, their local representatives, and tell them why it's important for people to have SNAP and food stamps, and it's important to protect our climate and our environment. There's so many things to this story. Now, in the state of Michigan, it is upwards, it's estimated to be minimum, so the least amount of people will be 200,000 people will lose their Medicare, but it's upwards of 700,000 Michiganders that will possibly lose their Medicare. And that's just not something we need. That is not something we need to see happening anywhere. So I'm going to switch it to a positive thing, and then we're going to end with a positive thing gone wrong. So right now, the Detroit Tigers, there's our team, baby. 54 wins, 33 losses. Here's our division, Central. We are the top dog. Let's look at our league. Hey, American East. Hey, not even close. Hey, what about the American West? Hey, kind of close, but still not even there. What's up? What about the other leagues, huh? What about the National? Hey, 51, 51, 55. So as of only yesterday, the Dodgers have more wins than us, and there's still a lot of seasons, so we're going to end up with more wins than you overpaid players. So not only are we amazing, we have 3 boys going to the All-Star game. Javi Baez in center field, Gleyber Torres in second base, and my boy, Riley Green, is going to be in the field for your Detroit Tigers, representing at the All-Star game. Super awesome. I believe it's Riley's second All-Star game. It's Javi Baez's third All-Star game with a third position. He's played each All-Star game. He's played a different position, and I don't know if this is a repeat for Gleyber, but it's really cool to see. He's an older guy, so it's really cool to see him going to the All-Star game after coming from the Yankees to us, and now going to the All-Star game. Unlike with the Yankees, what's up, Yankees? You still suck. Just wanted to share that because the Tigers are awesome. And lastly, let's wrap it up with this. $88 million. Now, places like Amazon, Google, there was a few other stock investors. Who else? Google, Amazon for sure. There was a few other major companies that were invested in this that I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is a methane tracking satellite that we put into space, and what it did is it looked for pockets of methane being released in areas of agricultural, so farmland in the United States, actually I think it was worldwide, that has, right here is the best way to put it, instrument used satellites are most sensitive in the world, able to pick up small sources of methane, as well as what they are called super emitters, areas that you might not assume are emitting a large amount of methane at once, but actually are. So this allows us to locate and then use other resources to go figure out how to either produce less methane or figure out more clean energy ways of trying to phase it out over time. So it sucks that this is lost, and they deem it not likely to be recoverable, which really sucks because this is super awesome. I mean, that's an expensive satellite to lose. That's a really good cause to lose, and it's a really good source of information to lose. So hopefully, they did say unlikely to be recovered. Hopefully that changes and we are able to recover it. And if we can't recover it, hopefully we get a new satellite up in the sky as soon as possible. I would love to see that. So with that, friends, I'm going to sign off. It was great seeing you. Tell me stories you want me to know about in the comments. Tell me how you are. How's your summer going? It's always great talking to you. Like, subscribe, all the YouTuber jargon. You know I don't really care about that, but do it, I guess, for algorithm or something. It's been really fun talking to you all, and I'm really excited to make the next news video. But until next time, friends, it's been great talking to you. Enjoy the rest of your day and your summer.